Good evening, and welcome to the October 15th edition of Good Taste Gwinnett virtual event powered by Jackson EMC. I'm Anthony Rodriguez, co-founder and producing artistic director of the Aurora Theatre, and I am so excited to be partnering with the Gwinnett Daily Post to bring you culinary tips, cooking demonstrations, and catering ideas from restaurants and cooking establishments all around Gwinnett County. For those of you who have attended our Good Taste Gwinnett events in the past, this year is going to take a little bit different format, right? Due to the pandemic, we haven't been able to meet in person, so we're doing things a little differently. But I can assure you, it's going to be just as exciting, and it's going to keep you engaged, and you're going to learn so much. I know that I did. We'll be giving away prizes during our presentation, so make sure you listen to see if your name is mentioned or if it runs across the screen. Now, it's not too late to upgrade to a chef's package or a VIP ticket. We've got these incredible gift bags depending on which one you order. This is going to make you eligible for even more prizes, including small appliances and maybe a trip to Christmas at Opryland. If you want to upgrade your free registration, just go to goodtastegwinnett.com. And you can see any of our episodes after tonight on GwinnettDailyPost.com or goodtastegwinnett.com. Before we start cooking, I want to introduce our partner who makes all of this possible, April Sorrow, Vice President of Communications for Jackson EMC.
Thanks, Anthony. I'm April Sorrow with Jackson EMC, and I want to welcome you back to another week of Good Taste Gwinnett. Jackson EMC is proud to sponsor this event that's engaging you with your local community and bringing you great food. So I hope everyone enjoys the show, and we'll see you again next week.
Thank you, April, and thank you, Jackson EMC, for powering this year's culinary event. I want to take a moment now to thank some of our other sponsors. Let's thank Publix, the official grocery sponsor for Good Taste Gwinnett, and Belk, Mall of Georgia, which is the official retail sponsor for Good Taste Gwinnett. Some of our supporting sponsors we'd like to thank tonight: Fernbank Museum, MeTV, Gwinnett County, and the City of Lawrenceville. Tonight we're on the main stage at Aurora Theatre. But join me as we visit Rico's World Kitchen, Publix Aprons Cooking School, Universal Joint, Proof of the Pudding, and D. Floridian Cuban Cuisine and Bar. But before we go, we're going to have a few messages from our sponsors.
All the products you love in as little as 2 hours. Publix delivered, powered by Instacart.
This year has been tough on all of us. Your loved ones in your household have been more important than ever. Sometimes the simple things and an easier pace of life provides us with perspective on our values. Time with our family, meals together, moments well spent with the ones we love.
Today we're at Rico's World Kitchen with Chef Rico and Chef Jen. Chef, tell us what you're going to make for us today.
Hi, good morning. We're going to start out making pasta carbonara. We're going to start out with some pre-made pasta.
Does anyone ever really have leftover pasta?
Not in my house,
okay,
but
not
like
in
we're
my
gonna
house
we're
either.
gonna play that story.
So we'll probably make pasta, right? And then
we've got some bacon, some chopped tomatoes from a leftover salsa, some Parmesan cheese, some parsley for garnish, and our homemade blackening seasoning, which we're going to be using today.
well, great. And I mean, you've got eggs, you've got bacon. It looks like a breakfast pasta. You can eat this almost any time of the day, right?
Yeah, it's good. Well, I would eat it for breakfast.
Me too.
I totally would.
and we're about to.
Yes, right. Let's get started. Let's start with turning on our pan, get some high heat, and we'll braise our bacon, get a nice caramelization on that. We're gonna crack a couple eggs over here for our carbonara. We're just gonna incorporate the eggs and the cheese together so that way when we're ready, we have the makings of our sauce. And hear that sizzle. You don't have to add any extra seasoning to this yet. When it gets a little bit more brown, we're gonna add our blackening seasoning. So as that browns, we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna add a little bit of Parmesan at a time here to my egg mixture. and just enough Parmesan to sort of build the base to my sauce.
Oh, there goes some spices in there.
The blackening seasoning going in. We're going to just let that toast and let the peppers and the aromas sort of open up in that fat.
So the pasta just goes right in, a little bit of water. This is fantastic.
Yep, we'll deglaze it with the water and sort of help bind it. So that would be where you'd add in your pasta water again. And then everything moves sort of quick from here. A couple of nicely skilled tosses. We'll add a little bit more water as we need to, just to sort of bring it back around.
You might want to practice that flipping thing with something less hot and greasy.
Oh, absolutely.
Before you try that special skill. All right, so the egg cheese mixture is going in.
And then it's speed from here on out. You want to be very thorough and keep mixing so that way your eggs don't cook and have scrambled eggs in pasta.
Oh, right, yeah, you don't want that.
Yep, but you can start to see the sauce come together.
So you've lowered the heat a little bit, Rico, and now you're just stirring it, making sure it's coming together the way you want. Now, Rico does speak. He does, but he's concentrating diligently on making sure this dish comes together.
That's right.
So the other ingredients are mostly just at the end, just finishing.
Yep, and you could garnish this with whatever you liked. If you wanted to take that same blackening seasoning and do a nice piece of salmon, shrimp, some chicken. And this is the trick. This is where Rico really shines, this pasta twirl trick. So you can impress your guests. You get your tongs and just twirl, and part of the best trick is trying to get as much as you can on that spoon, because that's going to help you plate really elegantly. There you go. A little extra bacon and things, add to our sauce, so that way we have a little bit extra to garnish on the plate with. It's always nice to come back once you have that pile of pasta and just give it a little bit more addition and really fill up the plate. Give the customer all those nice bits we worked so hard to create. And we'll just garnish a little bit extra cheese, our tomatoes, and some nice freshly chopped parsley. And voila.
Voila, that is fantastic.
Elegant as can be, nice, simple, easy dish, and satisfying. Like, there's not anybody that's gonna walk away from that.
Chef Jen, Chef Rico, thank you so much. This pasta carbonara looks absolutely spectacular and simple enough for anybody to make at home with just probably ingredients you've got lying around. Let me ask you a question. If they don't have a blackening seasoning, what would you suggest?
Probably some freshly ground pepper. We are sending everyone home with some blackening seasoning.
What?
Yes, we have some freshly made batches that we're putting into cute little vials, so you can keep it for yourself or give it as a Christmas gift.
That's fantastic. Well, yeah, everybody join us and try and make this at home and let us know how it turns out. All right, friends, here we go. We're gonna taste Rico's World Kitchen Pasta Carbonara. Thank you, Chef Jen. This is going to be fantastic. Anything I should know before I dive in?
Enjoy.
All right. Let's see if I can do this without getting it all over myself this morning.
Well, again, the whole idea was that we were going to use some things that you have around the house. Instead of guanciale, we have the bacon. We like a little bit of acid with the tomatoes that kind of lightens up a very rich carbonara. And if you don't have tomatoes, you can always use a glass of wine. But yeah, what do you think?
I would speak, but see, I've been rendered speechless. This is absolutely amazing, you know? And even with the bacon, it's not too salty. With the salt, with the cheese, it's absolutely perfect the way it's balanced. It's got this incredible creaminess from the eggs being in it, and then the parsley and the tomatoes just tie it all back together, and that little touch of the seasoning that you put on there, that blackened seasoning, really incredible. Thank you so much, Chef Jen and Chef Rico. This is maybe the best breakfast I've ever had, and so I'm going to continue eating. And then join us for our next adventure on Good Taste Gwinnett. Thank you, Chef Rico, and thank you, Chef Jen, for that incredibly tasty segment. Now, if you purchased a VIP ticket, you're going to get a special bottle of spices created just for you by Chef Rico. I'm coming to you today from the main stage at the Aurora Theatre. If you haven't met us, please visit us at auroratheatre.com. Check out all of our virtual offerings that we have for you and your family. But we also have some live events coming up and some surprises. We're working as diligently as we can to bring you all the entertainment possible, even during this pandemic. Now, let's take a moment and visit the Publix Aprons Cooking School and Chef LB. But before we do that, let's hear a few words from our sponsors.
The way I got started into building, I was always intrigued by it when I was young. Started basically as soon as I could pick up a tool. I would definitely recommend the Right Choice program from Jackson EMC to any builder. It definitely just sets you a step above from other products. One thing I love about the Jackson EMC program is that they do help you all the way through the process. You're gaining a lot more energy efficiency. I believe in the Jackson EMC Right Choice program so much that I built it for my own family.
Right Choice Homes, brought to you only by Jackson EMC.
This Halloween season, take a walk on the supernatural side of science with Fernbank's Outdoor Woodland Spirits Experience. Encounter ghostly spirits, the haunted outpost, monster garden, and more through 10 acres of trees, trails, and shadows in Fernbank's Wildwoods. Open daily with evening hours during select weekend events. Experience the wonder, suspense, and excitement only at Fernbank Museum in Atlanta. Get tickets at fernbankmuseum.org/Halloween.
Friends, welcome back for another episode of Good Taste Gwinnett virtual event powered by Jackson EMC and our grocery sponsor Publix. Today, we're at Publix Aprons Cooking School with Chef LB, and he's about to make something that I am very excited about. Chef, tell us what you're going to make today.
This one's going to be a blueberry bread pudding with lemon pastry cream. So bread pudding is actually one of the easiest desserts to make. So you're just making 2 custards for this one. So I've got perfectly measured out cup of sugar that's going to go into our 6 eggs, vanilla extract, and ground cinnamon and ground nutmeg. So those are going to all go into one bowl.
Now you can just use any leftover bread, or is there a particular bread you think our friends should use?
So you can use any leftover bread that you have at your house, anything that's kind of dry or going stale. This one is actually going to be croissants from our bakery, so it's super buttery, a little bit more unctuous than normal. I'm gonna use some milk, about 2 cups.
Just milk, not heavy cream or anything like that?
This one's just gonna be milk. We'll cut a little bit of the calories out. But yeah, just some milk into this part. And now we have a nice easy custard base to go onto our dried bread.
You don't have stale bread just laying around the house?
No, I don't. Not too often. Bread goes pretty quickly in our house. And then I'm gonna take the blueberries and I'm gonna take half of them and pour them in. We're making a fancy croissant blueberry sandwich. We're gonna go straight on top with the rest of them. And then the rest of our blueberries. I would just go straight on with my custard, and this is going to, it's best to let this soak for a long time. So I wouldn't even go straight into the oven just yet.
So about how long do you want to let that soak in?
You can actually let it go overnight. So if you want to do this day 1 and then you've got some friends coming over for breakfast the next day, throw this in the oven when they come. We're gonna do the second part of our dish, which is going to be the pastry cream. This is a really easy pastry cream to make. This is just cornstarch and sugar so far. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt, and I've got milk, half and half actually, on medium-high heat. It's not quite boiling, but you can see it's starting to bubble, just the smallest amount. And then I've got 5 eggs. That's gonna go straight into my sugar and cornstarch mixture. And I'm gonna whisk those together. Get it all mixed in until I've got kind of like a weird little sugar egg mixture. And I'm gonna start taking my my half and half, and I'm gonna slowly add it into this egg mixture.
And you're slowly pouring it in, incorporating it so that those eggs don't cook and you wind up with a great big bowl of scrambled eggs.
So yeah, I wanna do it nice and slowly. This is a nice warm pan. I'm gonna go straight back in with that, and I'm going to finish off this custard. So I've got this now. I'm gonna do it on a medium-high heat. You don't wanna go too crazy because you can scorch it. You will cook those eggs, but I am going to try to thicken this up as quick as possible for you all without getting scrambled eggs.
This is not something you just want to leave on the stovetop and walk away, though. You want to be engaged with this pastry cream and make sure that you're there stirring it consistently.
So I can feel that this is starting to thicken. I want it to be a nappe, which means that if I stick a spoon in there, coats the back of the spoon, and I can run my finger down it. And it holds its consistency. I'm gonna turn off the heat. I'm gonna let the residual heat finish cooking that. And then I'm gonna use my microplane, and then you can use it either this way and do the grating that way, or you can just collect everything at the top. So then you can kind of get an idea of how much you're adding in. So I'm gonna say that's about half a tablespoon. I'm gonna go straight in there. And you can see that it started to thicken up down towards the bottom, and if I stir it enough, it'll probably get much thicker, but yeah. We're gonna say that we did all that, right? And I'm gonna go into our magic oven,
Whoa,
which already has the
look at
pastry
that.
cream and the blueberries. That is what your finished product's gonna look like. It's gonna be nice and crunchy on the top. You're gonna taste, I mean, the croissants all the way through, and blueberries, so.
That's beautiful. My mouth is watering. I can't wait to taste this. Chef LB, thank you so much. You've also inspired me to make a bread pudding in the next week or so. I can't wait to try that. The tasting part is my favorite part. And this looks absolutely incredible. It is a blueberry bread pudding with a lemon pastry cream. Is that correct?
Nice and heavy.
Oh yeah. It looks perfect, but it's a perfect dish to make for a brunch because you can make all of the ingredients the day before. This is incredible. The cinnamon and nutmeg really come through, and then the lemon and vanilla that's present in that pastry cream really pops and brings all of those flavors together. The texture of the croissants that you use to make this bread pudding, oh my God. I mean, the butter that's already in those croissants with the milk mixture that you made to put over the bread and soak it all up. Absolutely delightful. Thank you so much, Chef LB. It has been a pleasure cooking with you. Friends, join us again when we'll have another episode of Good Taste Gwinnett, sponsored by Publix and powered by Jackson EMC. I'm Anthony Rodriguez from the Aurora Theatre, and next time we're back, we'll get cooking. Thanks, Chef LB, and thank you, Publix Aprons Cooking School. I learned a lot. But you know, I love to cook, but it's more fun when I have all of the right pots and pans and appliances and little gadgets. You can pick up all of those at Belk Mall of Georgia, who's our retail sponsor here at Good Taste Gwinnett. And the best time to visit them? November 6th, 7th, and 8th for Charity Days. You can get a $5 charity ticket, and all of that money will go directly to the charity that you bought it from, but you are going to instantly receive $10 off your purchase at Belk Mall of Georgia. There's no better time to be shopping. It's better than Black Friday. If you have a chef's package or a VIP ticket, you'll already receive a charity ticket. Now let's visit our friends at Universal Joint right here on the square in Lawrenceville. But before we go, we're going to have a few messages from our sponsors.
I'm asking you to join me in being a team player for a healthier Gwinnett. As a team, we can stop the spread of COVID-19.
Hey friends, welcome to another episode of Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC. I'm Anthony Rodriguez from the Aurora Theatre, and today we are at Universal Joint in Lawrenceville with Rebecca and Eliane, and we're gonna get cooking.
We're cooking an 8-ounce Angus burger, our burger of the month. It's the Godfather burger. It's topped with marinara and fried ravioli and provolone cheese, and then Parmesan cheese right on top.
Now you all are pretty famous for your burgers, but you do a burger of the month, right?
Yes, we
do.
it
changes all of the time.
Every month we have a new one, yes. And you can get a card and get 8 stamps and get your 9th one for free.
So if you buy 8 burgers, you get the 9th one for free.
That's correct.
So can you give us a little heads up about what October's burger might be, or is that a surprise?
It's a secret, you have to wait.
It's a secret? Okay. Well, let's get cooking.
All right.
So Eliane is seasoning the patties. He's throwing them on the grill. So these are all grilled. They're not like pan fried or anything.
No, we grill
like
our burgers to temperature. We'll make a medium burger today. He'll salt and pepper the burger. He'll grill it to medium. He'll throw it on the flat top, and then we'll get a piece of provolone cheese melted on there. We'll fry ravioli. We'll top that with the burger, and then add the marinara, and then top it with Parmesan cheese.
And then you can get it with all sorts of sides,
We have
right? You guys have
fries.
French fries. Your tater tots are my absolute favorite.
Cucumber salad.
The loaded
fried
tater.
Brussels
See, you're going
sprouts.
with all the healthy things, Rebecca. I don't know, but
We're trying. It's getting towards the holidays.
but pretty much any selection is gonna be fantastic
We hope
here at
so.
Universal Joint. Universal Joint is right across the street pretty much from the Aurora Theatre, Caddy Corner. They're great partners of ours. I eat here several times a month, so I'm pretty familiar with this menu and I'm familiar with their incredible service and hospitality here. So you dropped the ravioli already
I
and
did.
French fries.
Yes. We're
Okay.
putting French fries today with the burger.
I'm gonna
Just a
have
little
a
bit
very
there.
good lunch today, friends. I'm
And then we
excited
toss
about
it.
Do you top it after it's ready?
We
or
do.
you
We'll
top
cook it to medium.
before?
We'll throw it on the flat top and top it with provolone cheese. So we'll get that nice and melted. And then we'll add the fried ravioli and then top that with the marinara sauce.
Okay. So he's put the burger on the flat top. He's covered it with a little dome. And you're gonna let that steam up a little bit. Then put the provolone on it. And a little trick to help that cheese melt. If you squirt a little water under that dome, right, it helps create even more steam.
Gotta melt
Buttered
the
buns, important. So he's toasting the buns on the flat top as well. Oh, this is getting super steamy over here.
Go ahead and put this on there.
Topping it with the ravioli.
Top it with the ravioli.
Then that gets a little Parmesan as well.
We'll put that right on top. We'll get the marinara.
I'm looking forward to an incredible lunch. I can't wait to taste this. So after we plate it, we're gonna get to taste this together, but virtually together, right? You won't be here for it, but I promise you, I will enjoy it for all of us. Well,
There you
that
go.
is spectacular. That's our finished product.
Yes, it's
it
the
looks
finished product.
beautiful. Friends, my favorite part of the show is the tasting portion here on Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC. Today we're at one of my favorite restaurants, Universal Joint, right here in Lawrenceville, home of the Aurora Theatre. I'm with Rebecca. They have made this incredible Godfather burger,
Yes,
right?
that's correct. Godfather burger, yes.
Topped with
Burger.
ravioli, provolone cheese, Parmesan, with these incredible seasoned fries. And I am gonna take a bite of this. Rebecca, tell us a little more about Universal Joint, y'all's home here in Lawrenceville.
We just celebrated our 5th year here in Lawrenceville. We're the 6th location to open up with Universal Joint, and we have been helping Gwinnett Medical with the meals. It's $10 a bag. We're still doing it. Lunches. It helps the heroes at Gwinnett Medical.
Oh my God.
How is it?
Oh my God. It's like a pizza on top of a burger. It's everything you ever want. It's ooey, it's gooey with the ravioli and the provolone. And then that perfectly cooked burger on the grill. Just exceptional. Rebecca, thank you so much. What a pleasure it's been to be here. I'm Anthony Rodriguez from the Aurora Theatre. Join us again for Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC. And remember, when you're in Lawrenceville, come visit Universal Joint. Welcome back to our Good Taste Gwinnett virtual event, powered by Jackson EMC. I want to take a moment to thank our grocery sponsor, Publix, and our retail sponsor, Belk Mall of Georgia. When you registered, you became eligible for some prizes. And if you got a VIP ticket or a chef's package, you are eligible for even more prizes. We are giving away 2 trips to Christmas at Opryland and an Apple iPad sponsored by Jackson EMC. So please, if you haven't upgraded your ticket, consider doing that now at goodtastegwinnett.com. Now, let's find out who this week's winners are. We have Debbie Guelda, who has a VIP ticket. She has won a $25 gift card to Rico's and a $25 gift card to Publix. Linda Lamb, a registered viewer, she won a Publix $25 gift card. Heather Miller, who has a VIP ticket, wins a $30 Universal Joint gift card and a $10 Frida's gift card. And Wendy Reeves, a registered viewer, wins a Belk Mall of Georgia gift card for $25. Let's hear it for our winners. Before we learn some incredible tips on creative entertaining and presentations, let's hear a few messages from our sponsors, including Aurora Theatre.
My name is Dan, and I'm a proud owner of a Right Choice home. Our family is a multi-generation family. My parents live with us along with my 2 kids. Our energy consumption is a lot higher than a normal family. If somebody's considering building a new home, I would recommend using the Right Choice program from Jackson EMC. It will be great for them in the long run with the cost savings and the energy efficiency that they'll be gaining.
Right Choice Homes, brought to you only by Jackson EMC.
Welcome, friends, to Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC. I am your host, Anthony Rodriguez from the Aurora Theatre, and today we're at Proof of the Pudding with Chef Vaughn, who is teaching us all about entertaining. Right now, he's going to talk to us a little bit about plating and how we want to take that experience to our guests. So show us what you think about when you think about what plates to use for an event.
I think a plate is the very important part for a great meal, because I think depending on the size of the plate, food, all those things goes together. So in today's world, when you think about chefs, they love all different type of plates.
Sure, all shapes, all sizes,
so do I,
all
yeah.
forms,
So it's
right?
all about finding the right color plate and how the food will bounce off that. For example, in a plate like that, this is a big bowl, and you can put a little food in a big bowl, so it still looks amazing. Here you have another plate with a big rim and a little centerpiece. So it's all about how the plates will help your food just look much, much better than on a regular, tired-looking, old-fashioned
Now,
plate.
besides shape, most of them are white. Now, this one is not. This one's kind of fun
Yeah,
and funky. So
you bring a little color into it too, if you like. It's all, I guess, it's all what kind of mood you're in.
right, it
Yeah.
shows off the host's personality
Exactly.
for the event.
Yeah,
right? You want a little bit of
sometimes
that.
you just have to, but white plate is a very common plate to use. And also white plates a lot of times really help the food bounce off very well.
Right, it gives you a great
Yeah, it
palette
does,
to
yeah.
show off
But on
what
the other
you've
hand, you
cooked.
have a wonderful green plate like this, a great dessert plate. A great piece, great plate that people will talk about.
Right, that's perfect. We've got quite an assortment of things here. Chef, take me through what we're looking at.
Well, first of all, I think a lot of times we think it's not okay to use disposable ware, but in today's world, of course it is. And there's so many unique, great pieces
Right.
that I think
So
you can
much
mix,
of these are made of bamboo, disposable bamboo.
Yeah, but I just think that this is a great, you could put all different type of food in here, and for example, these cones here, whatever, little salad, whatever, and put them down in some sugar, here you go like that. But also, these type of pieces work very well with other type pieces, like glass and things like that.
Small mason jars,
yeah.
kind of thing.
And this is if you have a cocktail party, you can make these dishes ahead of time, and you don't have to put them all out in one time if it's a bigger one.
And they're a conversation
Like if you're
starter,
hosting
right?
50 of your best friends, of course you don't put all 50 out at the same time. But they mix and match together, all different things. Here's a couple of floor tiles. You can help offset some of these pieces.
So these are just flooring tiles that picked up at a hardware store.
Yeah, and sometimes you want to accent the pieces you work with. And don't ever be afraid. Just think outside the box, small containers like this, great salad, a little pot like that, for anything.
And they don't all need to match,
No,
right?
nothing.
You can just,
As a matter of fact, the less they match,
the less they
better off
match,
you are.
the better.
Exactly.
Great.
Yeah, that's how
That's
it works on that
fantastic.
end. Yeah, small vessels, exactly.
Chef Vaughn, this is a very bright and exciting setup we've got here. What are we looking at? It looks like an outdoor party of some sort.
Well, what you really have is your old-fashioned relish tray. Look at it. You
right.
got- yeah, this is what it is. So I just think the whole idea is, again, get people to talk about the serving pieces and how you do it.
So it's
Think-
like crudité, but raised to
This
a
is-
new level,
This
right?
is, yeah. Flower pots like this, and they're washable, so you can put food in them. Put it up on some different tiles. Go to your backyard or wherever you have this mulch around your flowers, right?
You want to make sure that you're
yes,
taking any of
bring
the
the
insects out.
idea, bring the idea up to the table. That's what you do. If you have a sign, farmer's market, and why not? I mean, a little light like that, so you got the whole theme. Over here, for example, you can tailor your serving vessels into the type of cuisine you're serving. I mean, everybody know what this is, a little Latin food here. And if you want to go real wild with that, what I do sometimes, I have an old-fashioned boombox. I hide it, put some great music on, and slowly
So you've got
you
a
get
radio
the idea,
or
you
just
know.
a CD player of
Yeah.
some sort back
And
there.
of course, if you're into seafood, find a bucket with a crab on, and everybody get the idea from the beginning.
Chef Vaughn, you have taught us so much about different ways to plate, and present the food, and things like that. But what are you showing us here? It looks like we've got some different styles of menus.
We got some different style of menus. We got some few other pots and pans. Basically, on this little table here, it's okay if you have a nice pot like that. Don't be afraid to showcase your nice pots. I mean, I think that's a lot of people don't underestimate. I mean, a nice stew in a nice, beautiful pot is a wonderful presentation.
We don't need to go out and buy all new
No,
equipment.
you may have it right underneath your cabinet.
Yeah, let's
you know.
just highlight the assets we have at home.
Exactly.
Right? You've got this
paella
paella pan
pans,
that's beautiful.
baking pans, and things like that. And then what I always like to do is tell the people what are you eating, what's going on here. And I think menu signage, for whatever it is, whether it's when you sit down and eat the sit-down dinner or up on the buffets or whatever you're serving, you can do so many fun things with this. Put the menu on, but you can also send any message you want.
Right, if you're celebrating someone's birthday or an
Exactly.
anniversary or something, you can personalize it specifically for them.
Exactly. So I think a lot, and this is one of these things where you can play if you're good at the graphic. There's so many fun things you can do with menu signage, which I don't see used very often in private homes.
Well, I mean, it's a great idea because if you're spending time with your guests, you don't want to spend all of your time just explaining it one time
What
after
it
another
is.
to each
Exactly.
guest.
So
They can read it for themselves, so you can spend more time enjoying their company.
Exactly.
So what are you showing us here, Chef?
Well, we are in the South, cast iron, so why not use that?
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. You might have something laying around, you cast iron that your grandmother gave you, anything like that.
I mean, not only is it some of the greatest cookware to cook in. I mean, there's nothing
I
like
agree.
a cast iron skillet that gets really, really hot.
Perfect
I love it,
cornbread
okay?
every time.
So why not get the food in as well? So yeah, I mean, barbecue, steaks, potatoes. This is the perfect type of vessels for that type of food.
And it makes a beautiful presentation.
Yeah. Rustic type food works perfect in cast iron. And you know, a lot of people have these cast iron skillets, don't really know what to do.
And this is a beautiful way to lay it out if you're serving more family style or a buffet style kind of thing in your backyard.
Exactly.
Oh, this was fantastic.
So just get these cast iron skillets cleaned up really good. Get that rust out of them.
Well, hopefully we've taken better care of our cast iron and made sure that it stays seasoned. Yeah. Chef Vaughn, thank you so much. I've learned a lot about entertaining, and I plan on putting some of these tips and tricks to use. Friends, I'm Anthony Rodriguez from the Aurora Theatre. This has been another great episode of Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC. I'm here with my new friend, Chef Vaughn from Proof of the Pudding, and we've had a great time entertaining and learning about entertaining. We'll see you again soon. Thank you, Chef Vaughn, for those incredible entertaining ideas. I promise the next time I throw a dinner party, I'm going to put those to good use. Now I want to take a moment to thank the Gwinnett Daily Post, Jackson EMC, Publix, Belk Mall of Georgia, and the Aurora Theatre for their incredible creativity in helping to put together this year's virtual Good Taste Gwinnett. And now I have a few events to announce for you. First off, we've already got a date for our 2021 Good Taste Gwinnett event. It'll be on October 14th, 2021 at the Infinite Energy Forum. Check out all of the events from Gwinnett Daily Post at scnievents.com. Now, let's take a trip to Old Havana and visit De Floridian Cuban Cuisine and Bar in historic downtown Lawrenceville. Hey friends, welcome back to Good Taste Gwinnett, powered by Jackson EMC. We're here at De Floridian Cuban Cuisine and Bar in historic downtown Lawrenceville. And we are here with Diana Camacho, and she is here to make some drinks for us today. And I'm excited about that. Diana, what are you gonna make for us?
We will be making a mojito.
Yes? What goes into a mojito?
We use fresh lime.
Fresh lime.
Here.
And this is a super traditional Cuban drink.
Yes. And then we use fresh mint.
I know
really
Jaime
good.
was telling me that this was sort of a prohibition drink. We couldn't drink in America, so somebody went to Cuba and was like, I want a mint julep, but they couldn't get a mint julep, so because they only have rum in Cuba, and
that's what they use.
Born the mojito. So you're muddling together the lime and the mint.
All
no
fresh.
sugar is in it yet, no
Not
booze
yet.
is in it yet, none of the liquors are in it. And what liquor are you going to use in here?
We will be using the rum pilar,
Oh, okay, great.
and we will use agave instead of sugar. We use
So a little
1
agave.
ounce of
Is
agave.
it like a syrup or a simple syrup made
simple
out of
syrup, yeah.
But made out of agave instead of white sugar.
Yes.
Great.
And then rum pilar, 2 ounces.
You know, or so.
But,
right?
you know.
2 ounces. Yeah,
Oops,
yeah.
you know,
Things spill. I mean, that's
very much,
and then you just got to use it, right? You don't want
Yes.
to waste that.
for sure.
A little ice, a little shaky,
Shake it.
And now it's a party.
Yes, sir.
You always get a party at D. Floridian. That's what I love about hanging out at this place. They are fun, fun, fun.
All right.
That looks beautiful.
And then a little bit of soda.
Just a little capper. That's nice.
And here's your mojito. Why don't you taste it and tell me how it is?
I will taste it and tell you how it is right this very second. All right. Am I ready?
Oh, I think you are. How's that?
You can hardly tell that you spilled a little extra rum in there. It is great.
Awesome.
It's sweet. It's got that mint in there. It's got the acidity of the lime, and the rum just comes through beautifully. Thank you so much, Diana.
You're welcome.
This is absolutely incredible. Friends, we'll see you soon on Good Taste Gwinnett. Friends, let's take a moment and thank Jaime Ochoa and our friends at D. Floridian Cuban Cuisine and Bar for helping us experience a taste of tequila. They've got an incredible selection, so come visit them on the square in historic downtown Lawrenceville. Now, I want to take a moment to thank some of our sponsors. Of course, we couldn't do it without being powered by Jackson EMC, and our grocery sponsor, Publix, our retail sponsor, Belk Mall of Georgia, our supporting sponsors, Fernbank Museum of Natural History, WGTA-TV, the City of Lawrenceville, and Gwinnett County. And let's thank all of the chefs that you've seen showcased here tonight. You'll be able to view the entire Good Taste Gwinnett event or particular segments of interest just by going to goodtastegwinnett.com or GwinnettDailyPost.com. Join us next week when we'll meet more incredible chefs and taste more incredible food. I'm your host, Anthony Rodriguez, coming to you from the Aurora Theatre. And when we see you next, we'll be cooking.
Gwinnett County is pleased to announce our health fair event for 2020 and welcomes you to join us on Saturday, November 7th at Bogan Park Community Center in Buford. All vendors and attendees will be required to wear a mask in the facility. For the safety of all of our guests, temperatures will be taken upon entrance to the event. Join us Saturday, November 7th at Bogan Park Community Center in Buford.